What is going on, members of the Shy Guy Squad, and welcome back to another Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire live Wi-Fi battle on the channel. Today we're facing off against Sohan, or OP Jellison, a MPL follower on Showdown. So his link to his channel will be in the description. If you find Twitter, I'll link that as well. And if you guys haven't known, I'll put on our team preview once we see his team. So let's see, what is he bringing to the table this time? Sohan is bringing Mega Metagross, from what it looks like, Landorus-T, Kyurem-B, Latias, Raikou, and Azumarill. Now, in case you guys aren't familiar with the team that I brought, in case you didn't watch the last one, I am bringing Latias, Volcanion, Donphan Scizor, Clefable, and Zapdos. So, thinking on his team, it's not a whole lot that stops Mega Latias from actually becoming a Mega. And then just doing some chip damage. So I think I'm going to lead with Latias and then see how that goes. So I'm just going to click confirm and then we'll switch over to the top screen. And now you guys can see my beautiful face again. Also want to give a quick shout out to Jack, or just Weavile, for the face cam box. So, and for helping me set up the what's it called? The OBS, of course. So that's what it's called. My recording software and stuff, so I can make this go goody dubby. Now the thing is, if this thing is scarfed, I'm screwed. He's terrible, of course. Now, do I want to risk him being not scarfed, leading Kyurem? Chances of him being scarfed are pretty big. Sorry, I'm itching my head. I've got the wrong shampoo, so my head hurts a lot. But yeah. So, I'm just gonna take a drink real quick. Apple juice, guys. Just apple juice. So, I'm thinking, if he goes with the Ice Beam, I can switch into Volcanion pretty safely and figure out if he's scarfed or not by going from Latias into Volcanion and then into Scizor maybe, because I can take and then I can pressure him. But at the same time, I have a feeling that he's not scarfed and that he's bluffing, and in which case his switch-in is either Azu or Metagross. If it's Metagross, then Draco is the better play, but if it's Azu, then Psychic's the better play. So I'm thinking, I want to play safe and be able to hit everything. This is a tough one. No, I'm just going to switch into Kyurem, see what or not Kyurem, Volcanion. I keep messing that up because last match I also faced off against Kyurem, and I said I was going to switch into Volcanion, and I went into my, I said I was going to go into Kyurem and meant Volcanion, so he does withdraw, so I don't know if that was a good play on my part or if it was a bad play, but he switched into Metagross, and Volcanion is incredibly physically bulky, and he has a couple switch-ins to Earth Power. Let's see, I took a picture here. He has a couple switch into Earth Power, being the Latias and Lando. He does have the switch into, well, he doesn't really have a switch into Steam Eruption, because getting something burnt is always bad, and this is just Hyper Scald. That's the best name for Steam Eruption, it's Hyper Scald. Also curious, is there any other moves that make Volcanion open his, like, hoop? Because I've only seen Steam Eruption do that, and I know he opens them when he gets taunted. So, does he do that when he sets up? That wouldn't make sense. So, okay, so he's going to withdraw his Metagross right here. I'm trying to think. So he goes into Latias, the one mon that probably doesn't matter if it's burnt. And now we can see what kind of set this Latias is. Is Spadev, defensive, mix, burn? No burn. Wow, I'm actually impressed. My switch into Maribel is pretty obvious. I'm thinking the switch into Maribel is really obvious, but so is the switch into Scizor. If he has HP Fire, I mean, I'll just go into Scizor and then U-turn. I feel like that's my best play, because then I can gain some initiative. Because he's going to stay in. He's going to stay in. And he made a play pretty fast, so let's see what kind of Latias this is. He goes for the Psyshock. Okay, that's cool. I could get off a free knockoff here. He's a Life Orb Latias. That's pretty cool. The thing is, he could have HP Fire. I do not know. But I think I'm just going to go for the U-turn. I think that's my safest play. If he switches into like Landorus or Azumarill, for that matter. So he's going to withdraw, so that kind of gives me the sense that he doesn't have HP Fire. He could still have it, trying to hide it. So he switches into his Landorus right here, which means I think he's probably going to be the defensive variant. If we see a Rocky Helmet right here, we know what kind of type of Landorus this is. That basically did nothing. And we do take Rocky Helmet damage, which means that a lot of our Mons outspeed this thing. The defensive Landorus doesn't have a lot of speed invested into it. So I can freely switch into Voltaire right here and scare this thing out. With, of course, the HP Ice. He probably doesn't want to stay in. And his switch into HP Ice is, I don't know, Kyurem maybe. Like, I'm thinking Metagross is going to be a switch in. And I want to predict the switch going for the Thunderbolt. But I'm going to make, my gut is telling me Thunderbolt. But my safe play instinct is telling me HP Ice. Do I follow my gut, or do I play safe? Do I expect a hard switch, or do I expect him to stay in a U-turn just to get a free switch? I'm gonna click HP Ice to see what he does. Okay, so I'm actually kind of happy I didn't follow my gut right there. I'm gonna go for the HP Ice, and I'm gonna take that Landorus out. Ooh, that's nice, that's nice, that's nice. So Landorus drops right there, and that is beautiful. I'm kind of glad I didn't follow my gut right there, and I decided to play against it. But yes, now he knows I'm some sort of offensive Zapdos, and of course since he didn't see pressure, he knows I'm static. Now this Raikou could very well have HP Ice. I mean, most Raikous do, but it could be the Sub-Calm mindset with Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball. He could be Specs. Not quite sure what kind of it is, but I feel like just, I don't know, do I want a hard switch on it, or do I want a safe switch? Sorry I'm looking down a lot, I'm just looking at my, even though I could have looked over there, but then of course, you know, I don't know, let's see. So I'm thinking of switching into, no, I'm not gonna switch. I'm gonna Roost. No, that doesn't make sense, because if he does a lot, I'm gonna Volt Switch, see how much he does. So he does go for the Thunderbolt. Let's see how much this does. That does a lot of damage. I kind of want to assume that he Specs Raikou. He might be Specs, to be honest. Let me get up this and just turn the light strength off. So if he's Specs, I want to see if I can go into the wheel and just click Stealth Rocks right here. See if he goes for the Ice Beam, or if he goes for the HP Ice now. I want to figure out what type of Raikou this is, and I'm sorry if you guys can hear any background noise. I think he's probably choiced. He's probably choice Specs, because that Thunderbolt did a lot. I know it's still a Zapdos, regardless of how much damage it did. It's still a Zapdos, and Zapdos has some really good like natural bulk with 90-90. Which is pretty good natural bulk, so I'm assuming that this thing is Specs. I'm not going to run any Calcs, because Calc in a live Wi-Fi battle just, I don't know, it takes away the entertainment value. I'm more so playing, also don't mind the Battle Maison wins. I'm really good at this game. No, I'm not. You know, it's just for fun. It's no real seriousness, to be honest. But let's see here. I want to see how much does things do. So he's going to switch. So my suspicion of choice is still there, and he switches into Kyurem, which means the obvious Ice Beam is coming. But I've been playing very safe up until this moment. I don't really have a Ice Beam switch in. I mean, Scizor, but Scizor can't really take two. And I don't really know. I'm gonna go for an Earthquake and see. You know, maybe just. Oh! He overpredicted. That is beautiful. So I'm gonna go for an Earthquake here, and that's gonna do a good chunk of damage to this Kyurem right here. He clicked that button really, really fast. I guess he expected my switch into Volcanion? Maybe now is the time to Mega Evolve Latias. I don't even know what type of I don't know what type of Kyurem this is, so I'm going to sack off Voltaire here. I don't think Voltaire can do a whole lot more in this matchup. He's going to switch into Latias, which we know is the Life Orb variant, but he might as well be Defog. Huh. So, he knows I'm offensive Zapdos. I could try to just click HPIs here, as I do have an extra Life Orb hit in me. I gotta look at his team again. I know he has a Metagross. I gotta open my phone. Hold on, so let's see. Let's have a look at his team real quick. He does have a... I mean, he doesn't really have a Thunderbolt switch in, but this thing resisted, so I think I'm just gonna click Roost and see how it does. I'm gonna Roost and see what he decides to do. If he's not speed invested, if he has some speed, if he outspeeds base 100, he does in fact outspeed base 100. So he's probably max speed. Could just be invested to outspeed the base 100s. But I'm gonna assume that he's max speed, max special attack maybe. And we just healed up Zapdos again, pretty nice. So I'm very comfortable with that. He's max. He's up to full HP again. I'm thinking he might just Psyshock, because that's what we saw from it last time. So I'm gonna pull a hard switch into my Donphan, which is my physical type wall Pokemon, as he is going to go for the Psyshock, and let's see how much or how little this does. That does a good sizable chunk of damage, and I don't really have a Draco switch in, and once my Donphan dies, I don't really have a... I don't have my Rocker anymore, and that means he's free to defog, but I feel like I've done what Donphan can do, so I feel like I'm just going to Ice Shard here, as Daweel uses the Ice Shard, and that does some good damage. He's gonna go for the Draco Meteor right here, and that is just gonna do what it does. So he's gonna take out our Lottie, or the Lottie is gonna take out our Donphan. Gotta get your words straight, Dan. Which means he's at -2. So does that mean, I guess that means I can switch into Lottie, my own Lottie pretty freely, and then from there I can, as you can see, from there I can, against this team, he does have that, he does have that Metagross still. I'm messing up all the legends and Pokemon here. He does have the Metagross and the Kyurem still, which is kind of an issue to my team. I could go into my Pinch Me right here. I could go into you. Could Roost, I could Knock Off. I'm gonna Knock Off. I don't think he has the HP Fire. He could have it, but I don't think he does. So he is going to switch here. Is he going to switch into the Raikou? So now we can get rid of this thing's Choice Specs. I'm really assuming that this thing is Choice Specs. It makes the most sense. So the stones are gonna dig into him. He's gonna pressure me. If this was Zapdos, that would be bad, but since it isn't, that's gonna be good. Knocking off his Choice Specs right there, which is beautiful. Now he doesn't really have a switch in for this thing anymore. I'm just gonna click the Bullet Punch right here. He has seen the leftovers, and the Raikou is really weakened, so that is good on my end. I'm just gonna click the Bullet Punch right here and take out this Raikou. So Scizor is putting in some nice work right here. My throat is getting really dry. There we go. Now that was really tasty. So he is going to switch out into his thinking Azu maybe? Azu is an option. Latias is still of course an option as well now that it's back to neutral. Metagross could be a switch in, just Mega Evolve and click Fire Punch. He has a Kyurem, but that's not really a switch in because of the... Yeah, so the Azumarill comes in here. Kinda needs Scizor still, but the best thing he can do to me is Waterfall. So I'm gonna Knock Off and see if he's Choice Banded, if he's Belly Drum, or if he's Assault Vested. I know all three sets are really viable, so I just want to figure it out. I want to scout. He is Choice Banded Azumarill. So getting rid of his band can both be beneficial and hurt me. So let's see how much does it do. Does it put me in range of the Aqua Jet? Based on the waterfall damage, I don't think I'm in range. So I'm going to Roost right here. I think that's my best play. It was a speed tie. Oh, that is unfortunate. That's unfortunate right there. He takes me out with the waterfall. I thought I outsped right there, but I guess I didn't. Really nice on my opponent's part. I mean, the fact that I removed his choice band means that my Volcanion isn't really a switch-in now. I mean, it still is a good switch-in, don't get me wrong, but it's not the best anymore because he can go for knockoff and stuff. Now, he doesn't have his Raikou, he doesn't have his Landorus, so Thunderbolt is a really safe play against his entire team. Kyurem doesn't want to appreciate it, Latias doesn't want to appreciate it, Metagross certainly doesn't, and this, I'm gonna Volt Switch actually. Because Azumarill is obviously going to switch out against the Zapdos, and then I can figure out what his switch-in is and I can get more initiative against his team. He stays in! I think that takes out Azumarill. Oh well, Azumarill faints, that's nice. I guess I kind of see his reasoning. Azumarill doesn't do the most to my team anymore. We know he has Fusion Bolt on his Kyurem, and we know his Lottie's still alive, pretty healthy. So he's got Metagross, Lottie, and Kyurem left. He can easily take this back, but I'm going to go into Dead Hype right here, because the Dead Hype of Volcanion is just kind of dead. I'm thinking he's going to switch into either, well, he's going to switch into the Kyurem most likely here, and go for the Fusion Bolt. I don't think it's going to kill, but then again, he does have that monstrous 170 attack. It's kind of hard to tell if he's going to kill or not. Donphan is gone, so my primary switch in to the thing is gone. Of course, Latias resists, Voltaire just flat out dies, Maribel, Spadef, my Fizdef wall is dead, and Pinch Me is gone. So two of my best answers to Kyurem are dead. Lottie is still an answer somewhat, but I don't want to I just don't want to switch it in like that, man. That's gonna hurt Lottie so bad, and I don't know if I want to do that. Steam Eruption. How much do I need Volcanion for his team left? I want to look at the rest of his team and see. I don't think I needed that much. It's still, like, once Metagross Mega Evolves, then it's kind of hopeless anyways, and I think Mega Metagross beats my team if he has Earthquake, so I cannot afford to lose Volcanion. Well, if he doesn't have Earthquake, then I cannot afford to lose Volcanion. I just simply can't. So, Dead Hype is going to get out of here, and I'm going to go into my Bianca, which is my Lottie, of course. He's going to go for the Fusion Bolt, and that is going to hurt like a bitch. So, here it is. That's going to do 100... did like 50 damage. I think I outspeed him. I'm thinking, is it safe to Draco? Because if he Dracos, that, and I mean, he's probably gonna switch right here. He's gonna switch into the. I'm thinking he's gonna switch into this Metagross. If he does, I can't go into Maribel. Maribel would suck. Maribel, like the only switch in Maribel is the Lottie. So I'm thinking I want to switch into the Zapdos right here as he switches out. I don't think he's choiced. If he's banded, that just doesn't look like banded damage. So I'm going to switch into Voltaire here, see what his play is. Bianca's going to switch out first, of course, because I know I outspeed Kyurem. I outspeed like 100s, I think. And Zapdos comes in here. He's going to withdraw, so that was a nice play on my part. If he switches into... And he does switch into the Metagross like I predicted, so that's also really nice right there that I made that prediction. So Zapdos is applying some good offensive pressure. You don't really see Zapdos do that a lot, which is pretty cool. How often do you see offensive Zapdos is on the OU ladder right now? It's more so the defensive Defog, Roost, Volt Switch, and Heat Wave, I think the set is. Something like that. It's pretty standard, like the standard Zapdos is. But offensive is just kind of nice. It does have like base 125 special attack, which is really nice. It's not Gengar, Lottie damage, but it's still pretty decent, good electric stab damage that isn't Mega Manectric. Zapdos' typing is just really nice. Electric Flying is such a good typing. Just look at Thundurus and, well, Zapdos. Emolga is kind of there, but who uses Emolga? I mean, probably in PU. I don't even know. Is Emolga PU or NU? So he's going to switch out here. He doesn't want his Metagross to sustain any major damage, and he's going to switch into his Latias, but I think from this range I can take it out. I did go for the Thunderbolt and not the Volt Switch, so we can possibly take it out from here. Oh, that is unfortunate on my end, but we have 69 HP, and that is all that matters. Of course, I think he's going to Roost here, so I'm going to click the HP Ice. If he does decide to attack me, that means we get a double down. And that is also really unfortunate, because one of my main, like, Metagross checks are gone. And I'm going to have to play around now if he switches into Metagross or Kyurem. If he switches into Kyurem, I'm going to have a problem. If he switches into Metagross, we win. So I'm thinking Lottie or Dead Hype. If he goes into Kyurem, we win with Latias, but we have to play, like, we have to predict him. If we go into Maribel, we lose no matter what, I think. If we go into Dead Hype and he switches into Kyurem, we also lose, I think. So 50-50 here. I'm thinking, what does he want to go into on my team right now? Because Kyurem hurts my team pretty bad. But he knows I have Latias. And he also knows that Metagross can win him the game. But does he predict me to switch into Bianca or Dead Hype? I think he's going to predict me to go for speed, so I'm going to go Dead Hype. And he does go Metagross, so that's a nice prediction on our end right there. We did make the right call by switching into our Dead Hype. Now the thing is, he's probably faster because Metagrosses do run speed and attack. So I'm thinking that I just want to click... Do I want to click Earth Power, which is... Hold on. Which is 90, which is 180, or do I want to click Fire Blast, which is 110, and has the chance to miss? Fuck it, power, it's go hard or go home. That's the lesson of today. Go hard or go home. He might expect us to be Choice Scarfed, so he probably wants to switch out right here, because he doesn't want to risk us, you know, hitting his Metagross for really hard damage. So he might switch out into his Kyurem and then sack it off. And then if I miss Fire Blast, of course, he gets a good hit in. Because I think he might be Scarf Kyurem. He might be Choice Scarf Kyurem. Seeing as how he led with it, switched out when I was in Alati, I think he is Choice Scarf Kyurem. And he's going to have to make a prediction if I switch into Latias or if I stay in with Kyurem. So there's a lot of 50-50s coming into play right here. But this is a really good match. He does stay in, he does go for the Mega Evolution. He's scouting, I'm hoping that he doesn't have Earthquake. If he doesn't have Earthquake or Thunder Punch, he does have the Earthquake, and that is very unfortunate. Can he take it though? Volcanion takes it. Now can the Fire Blast connect? It does in fact connect. Look at the Fire Blast, look at it hit, and down goes the Metagross. And I think that is game, ladies and gentlemen, because we do have a Clefable in the back, which is Spadef. If he goes for Fusion Bolt, he cannot take out our Latias, and if he goes for the what's it called? If he goes for the Ice Beam on our Volcanion, then Volcanion doesn't die, and we take him out with the Sludge Wave or Earth Power. So I think that's a very good game right there to our opponent, OP Jellison. It's definitely not done yet though. He might have a way of coming back. I don't know what his Kyurem set is, but I think that is good game to OP Jellison, Sohan. So I want to say right here, I mean, might be an extra turn if he just takes out my Volcanion, but if he does, then I know I can just switch into Latias. So I'm just going to go right here, not going to risk any accuracy, going to go for the Sludge Wave as he goes for the Fusion Bolt. So let's see that the bodies hit the floor. I'm sorry, Volcanion, we're going to have to sack you off right there. And then we just go into Bianca and we drop a Draco. I think that is our play right here. Or actually, just to not risk accuracy, we can just go for a Psychic. I know Joey says drop a Draco, but I don't feel comfortable dropping a Draco because we did land that Fire Blast, which was huge. So Latias is going to Mega Evolve right here, become that beauty that is known as Mega Latias, and then we're going to click that Psychic, and that is going to be a good game to my opponent. I'm going to say to him right here, because I'm on Showdown right now, GG. That was an excellent game. Thank you so much, Sohan, for the match. That was just... I had to play on some 50-50s right there, and they went in my favor. The Earthquake, I was kind of scared right there, but luckily we landed the Fire Blast to pick it off. So definitely make sure to check out OP Jellison in the description down below. If he has a Twitter, I will link that too. If you enjoyed the match, hit that like button because your support is greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you're new. Live Wi-Fi battles will be coming as often as possible. MPL battles, of course, on the weekends. CPL, I know I didn't upload week 6, but I'll tell you this much. Trick of Aces beat me 1-0 with his Hitmonlee with Mach Punch against Lopunny. But Lopunny has a shit ton of kills. My god, it has like 11 or something. And that's as of week 5. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.